The Department of Justice, DOJ, has recently escalated its long-running review into the origins and conduct of the 2016 investigation into Russian election interference and potential links with the Trump campaign, known as Crossfire Hurricane. This internal inquiry, led by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, has reportedly moved from an administrative review to a criminal probe, evidenced by a flurry of subpoenas issued to former Obama-era officials, including former CIA Director John Brennan and former FBI figures Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. This development marks the latest and potentially most politically charged effort to scrutinize the initial counterintelligence work, fueling a years-long narrative that the original investigation was a politically motivated effort to undermine a presidential candidate and, subsequently, a president. The analysis hinges on the nature of this renewed scrutiny. While previous exhaustive investigations, most notably the Mueller Special Counsel report and the Horowitz Inspector General (IG) report, confirmed significant Russian interference and detailed procedural flaws in the FBI's conduct, they did not substantiate the claim that the investigation itself was opened for an improper political purpose. The current probe, coming years later and focusing intensely on the decision-making of senior intelligence officials regarding the inclusion of unverified information, like the Steele dossier, in official assessments, suggests a focus on prosecuting individuals rather than merely reviewing institutional practices. The very existence of this inquiry underscores a deep, yet unresolved fracture in American political and legal institutions over the legitimacy of the initial federal response to foreign election interference. Reasons and consequences. The primary reason driving this investigation is overtly political, a long-standing desire by political allies of the former administration to seek retribution against those who initiated the probes that shadowed the presidency. This is often framed by proponents as necessary accountability for what they term Obamagate, a baseless conspiracy theory alleging widespread political spying. Substantively, the legal basis for the investigation centers on claims that intelligence and law enforcement officials may have misled the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, court, made false statements to Congress, or mismanaged intelligence, particularly surrounding the production of the 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment, ICA. The consequences of this renewed criminal pursuit are profound. Foremost is the severe risk of further politicization of the DOJ. Using the apparatus of the Justice Department to prosecute former high-level law enforcement and intelligence officials based on political grievances dangerously blurs the line between legitimate oversight and weaponized government power. This erosion of institutional independence fundamentally undermines public confidence in the rule of law. Furthermore, it creates a palpable, chilling effect within the intelligence community. Future officials faced with legitimate counterintelligence threats may hesitate or pull punches when investigating politically sensitive targets, fearing that their actions will be scrutinized and potentially criminalized years later by an opposing administration. This hesitation could compromise national security. Prediction and solutions. Based on the outcomes of prior official inquiries, sweeping criminal convictions against the subpoenaed high-level officials for the core charge of politically motivated conspiracy are unlikely. The IG and Durham reports, while finding serious errors and misconduct at lower levels, failed to uncover evidence of a widespread criminal plot among senior leadership to target the administration. However, the current probe may succeed in securing minor charges, such as making false statements to federal agents or Congress, as seen in previous cases arising from these investigations. The more certain prediction is the political outcome. The investigation's findings, regardless of their legal merit, will be leveraged as political documentation to support the pre-existing narrative of abuse and bias, dominating headlines and further polarizing the electorate. To mitigate the dangerous cycle of institutional distrust and political retribution, several solutions focused on strengthening apolitical oversight are necessary. First, there must be a legislative commitment to reinforce the independence of the Inspector General offices across the DOJ and intelligence agencies, granting them broader authority and independence to investigate allegations of political abuse internally before they become subjects of highly politicized criminal inquiries. Second, The DOJ must adopt clearer, stronger protocols for the appointment of special counsels to ensure that such appointments are made by an objective body, shielding them from partisan pressure. Finally, officials must uphold an institutional culture that emphasizes strict separation between intelligence analysis and policymaking, ensuring intelligence assessments remain independent and unpalatable. Truths are delivered without fear of professional or legal retribution. Only through rigorous institutional safeguards can the rule of law be protected from being used as a tool of political warfare.